like a ghost town, like people that come from like busy cities like New York and Toronto and stuff. Yeah. They'll be like, man, where are all the people at? You be like, oh yeah. So you forget that there's supposed to be a bunch of people out there.
Yeah, man.
Put your hands up, and if you got some cash, put your hands up.
Diamond cross me, off sunlight is floss season. Let's get it. I'm trying to get twisted. Jim Beam in my system, only rules don't quit the mission. Imagine birds with diarrhea. Fly shit when we ship it, bands on deck.
Cool.
Okay. Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy J Kid, aka thaKizzle, you know, 313 Midtown Money Gang. You know, I'm Detroit born and raised, you know, literally around the corner from Hudson Hospital where I was born. You know.
Hudson Hospital?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, raised on the infamous Joy Road. You feel what I'm saying? It's only, you know what I'm saying, a couple infamous hoods in Detroit. You know, you got your 7 Mile, you know, you got your East Side. That's basically like one whole, you know, conglomerate of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a West Sider, you know what I'm saying? Through and through Joy Road till I die. As far as Detroit hip hop, you know, well versed. I had the privilege of being at the hip hop shop. You know what I'm saying? In the golden era, what would be the golden era of hip hop as far as like 1995. And had a chance to bear witness to, you know, groups to the likes of, you know, Slum Village, D12, Eminem, and progressed on to, you know, another scene which was the Lush Lounge, another legendary scene that birthed MCs like the Fat Killers, you know, Marv One,
Studied under proof, who honestly gonna stop me?
Miss Corona, who was in the 8 Mile movie. You know, she battled Exhibit in the Lunch Line. And I have had the pleasure of knowing Nicholas Speed, you know, for many a years. You know what I'm saying? And it's always cool when you have a friendship, you know, and not to mention a camaraderie as far as, you know, artistry is concerned. You know what I'm saying? I had the privilege of being signed to Proof.
A positive anything is better than a negative nothing.
From D12, you know, in a group called the Wolf Pack, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hostile and Mo Dirty, you know what I'm saying? But just one of the last group that Proof basically, you know, brought under his wing before his untimely demise.
I want to know where did we go wrong? 5 L for life, inked in my flesh. Life is so fast.
And we make music, hopefully, you know, that one day the whole world will sing. And we just want to influence the world with our cool ass disposition. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga want test the nature of the game be. That's why they say it's lonely at the top. I'd rather be amongst my people. Fuck stress. These fools be looking angry. I bathe in success.
My name's Calmese, Calmese, Detroit City, Michigan, everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Speed. Let me just talk about it. It's really about speed. I done known this cat since I was about what? 12, 13, something like that. We go back, man.
He was making music back
then? Making music when he was 12. Yeah, he was making beats, but we used to laugh at him. Yeah, we used to, all of us. It was a crew of us. You know what I'm saying? Speed was the worst one, and we used to talk about it. And I think to this day, that's the reason why he is dope as he is. Like,
push himself.
Because he pushed himself.
You know, all your success to the
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's Detroit, because Detroit is like that. So they have to prepare me for the rest of the world what they was going to say. But especially Detroit.
Word. See, what it was, I got to tell it, dog. I got to tell it. Like my man Ski, my man Ski, and my man Jess, Majestic Legend, they was in a group called 9 to 5. You know? Group called 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of off to the side doing my little thing. We was all together, you know what I'm saying? Rolling through high school, you know what I'm saying? Busting raps in front of the lockers in between classes, trying to get hoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, my man Ski, somehow he came up on this little machine called the DR5. You know what I'm saying? DR5 was a little cheap, little drum machine or whatever. So Ski got it. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, we about to make our own beats." Blah blah blah. It's on. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, we was just taking like instrumentals, maxi singles from shit that we like, and get on a karaoke machine and do our own shit over that. You know what I'm saying? So Ski got the DR5. So long story short, we all kind of had our time with this little machine or whatever. Everybody had some little straight shit. But Speed got it Alright, Speed got it. Speed ended up keeping it the longest. You know what I'm saying? But we would go, every time we would hook up and it still everybody little shit would be saved in the DR5. So we'd go through, we'd hear jet shit like, alright, hell yeah. You know, Ski shit would be straight. You know, my shit be alright. You know what I'm saying? Then we'd play Speed shit like, dog, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? It was just a whole bunch of just random ass. I was like, this gotta be a Speed one, dog. This gotta be a Speed. It'd be like, the drums would be over here, the sounds would be over there, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was just, I wish we still had the DR.
Nah, look, I'm gonna tell you what it was. I remember we was in Ski living room. This is when I made my first beat ever. He was in the room. And I got it on cassette too, somewhere. I recorded it because it was so horrible.
So horrible.
So look, so really what happened was, all right, so now I understand beat machines and stuff now, but I didn't understand nothing about this. Like, so like, I just hit record, you know what I'm saying? I started tapping a little something, but I didn't know that like, you know, you had to stop it from recording. Like, I don't know, I guess I kept hitting the buttons and it was still recording because I was trying to find another sound.
The first time I caught wind of any Toronto, any T-Dot hip hop, Cardinal Official had a show at St. Andrews in the basement, in the shelter, and went ape shit crazy. I was like, damn. You know, this was way before Drake or anything, you know what I'm saying, representing the T-Dot. Like, the first thing I ever caught wind of T-Dot, bro, was Cardinal Official in the shelter at St. Andrews. And I was like, damn, bro.
I think he was playing me like a lot of
There's a radio station called C-Jam, which is in Windsor. And it just so happens that, you know, you guys are Canadian and you're coming over here because Canada did have a little influence because that station, like let's just say every Wednesday or something, they had like a little hip hop show. Like we would search for this kind of stuff because it wasn't like you could just look on your phone and just find all the hip hop you want.
And they showed love.
Yeah.
Like I can remember hearing Soup, Red Knots being played on C-Jams. Like real talk.
Yeah, C-Jam. So like, you know, we used to listen to that like even way back. You know what I'm saying? And I used to like record the show sometimes or whatever. And then one thing about the Canada station is that they could play cussing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a real mixtape.
Right.
We was fucking with Canada just because you could go over there and drink at 19.
Oh, yeah. At 19, you
Don Cherry's?
Don Cherry's. The music cafe or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Fuck you, me.
Oh, man.
So that bitch at 19 get fucked up. Fuck you, me.
That would be going crazy in Canada.
Yeah.
Nah, I had fun when I went to Toronto.
Yeah, because see, like, actually Detroit is the only city that can look south at Canada.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is Windsor right there. Everybody else has to look north. You know what I'm saying?
That's big, man.
That's kind of crazy. It's like, because the water's right there.
When you sit down and think about it, dog, like, what's that, dog? Like, you can stand right here and you look right there.
It's another country.
Fucking country.
You just looking at another country.
Not another state.
Well, you know what, man? I'll be honest to say, as native Detroiters, we kind of always took that, not really for granted, but we never really took into consideration.
Yeah, like, hey, that is another country.
Detroit River is international waters.
Yeah.
That's international waters.
Like, that's like, you know, it's another country. Like, okay, you can just look over in London, like.
Right.
That's basically what it's like, you know what I'm saying? You just, every day be like, man, I think I'm going to go to London for lunch.
Right.
Right, I'll be able to eat Lily Gazillies. Get it in. Get it in.
If the border wasn't so crazy right now, we probably would do stuff
man,
like
life
that.
was the shit before 9/11.
Man, we probably would have been over there like, hey, y'all want to get some food or something over there? Like, we could have went over there right quick or something.
Hey, they shaking niggas down now.
Man, boy, it's over with.
Growing up in Detroit and being, you know what I'm saying, being able to bear witness to the Detroit, you know, hip hop music scene, you know what I'm saying, over, you know, like 2-3 generations, you know, the influence that the city has, which is crazy because when you have, you know, characteristics of a Jay Dilla, you know, a person who at home could go anywhere, go to any store, walk the street, whatever, and some people not even know who he was, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And in that same aspect, him get off a plane in London or Paris or Australia or Japan and not be able to walk the street, yet and still come home and be a regular person. Because Detroit, we don't really give a fuck.
Okay, I was born in Los Angeles, California, and I moved to DC age of 3, moved to Detroit at the age of 6. So keep in mind, about 4 or 5 years old, I was on the radio, child star basically. You know, by the time I was 6, you know what I'm saying, I had a little experience doing radio, everything. So, you know, I like to say that probably the biggest culture shock ever was coming to Detroit public schools. Because, you know, coming from that and actually having done something and I'm thinking maybe they might care or something. Like, what, man? Let me get that shit out of here, man.
I listen to the radio, so? I listen to the radio, what?
Right. I'm so glad that I got that early. Because that way I knew that's where everybody starts.
You know, they say that if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I beg to differ.
Yeah.
If you can survive in Detroit,
man,
you can go anywhere else in probably the world and triple your worth.
Definitely.
Because this environment is the harshest, is the most cut and dry, is the most either sink or swim environment ever. I don't care if we done known you your whole life. If you drop some shit and they not feeling it, they will boo your motherfucking ass off stage and you might get beat up. You talking to a person who lived, you know what I'm saying, I grew up under the regime of Hex Murder, where whackness got you fired on, damn near. Got you beat up, ran out the club, and don't come back unless you got some hot shit. And if you don't,
I heard there used to be a nigga named the Mike Snatcher.
you feel what I'm saying? Like, just walk up, man, get the fuck on, man. Get your whack ass off stage, you know what I'm saying? Imagine, man, Detroit's environment is so harsh. That's why the talent that came up out of Detroit was so revered and out cold from Motown. You know what I'm saying? The artists that we breed and the artists that we put together are built to last, bro. On some real shit. Because we don't give a fuck if you family. We don't give a fuck if you childhood friends. If the shit is whack, we are not buying it. We are like the total opposite of a city of yes men. We're really like the city of no.
No, man.
Real shit, man.
Hell no, man.
I'm still tripping off.
Detroit don't give a
Mike
fuck.
Snatcher, dog. Some niggas, that's what OG niggas told me about that nigga. Hey man, the niggas come in.
Hey, you know what I just think like a more hood version of the motherfucker at the Apollo. They come out.
Yeah, like Sandman, like some motherfucker like your ass off stage, dog.
Bitch, give me the shit.
For real, man. Being an artist in Detroit, man, and you know what I'm saying, trying to develop your talent in Detroit, you know what I'm saying, is a real serious scenario. It's a real serious scenario, you know what I'm saying? All jokes aside, we don't play no games. No. If you are dope, all power to you. But if there is a flaw, if there is a crack in the armor, if there is some fraudulence in your, you know what I'm saying, in the way you project your shit, we will sniff it out. We will sniff it out. You know what I'm saying? I tell any artist in the world, if you want to know if your shit popping, go perform it in Detroit.
Yeah, they'll let you know quick.
Period. If you want to know if your shit popping, man, go perform it in Detroit. People break their records here first.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a test market.
Right.
It always was a test market, though.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Then we got the concept cars and stuff like that. I mean, we're known for being first, so it's like a, you know, it's always been a test market from day one.
Like, not to be on a racial tip, but the reality is this: if you want to know if black people rock with your shit, put it out in Detroit. Yeah, because outside of any place else in the country, Detroit is literally a city of black people.
85% black.
85.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's funny because B tells you about, you know what I'm saying, in his childhood, the culture shock of living in Detroit. That works two ways. When you grow up in Detroit, when you go to the gas station, you see black people. When you go to the store, you see black people. When you go to the movies, you see black people. When you go outside of your door, you see black people. It's not like that in the rest of the country. You know what I'm saying? So growing up as a child in Detroit, there is a reverse culture shock when you leave Detroit, Michigan. Because you go out and you be like, oh, fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you have this preconceived notion that you're going to go out your door and everybody going to look like you. And it's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? So there are so many things that go into being an artist, being a kid, being a man, growing up in Detroit City. You feel what I'm saying? And the fact that y'all done came and took the time to try to just dig past the surface on some levels, be it with, you know what I'm saying, the career and musical prowess Nick Speed, you know what I'm saying, or be it the documentation of, you know what I'm saying, the life of, you know what I'm saying, James Yancey, or, you know what I'm saying, Deshaun Proof Holton, you know what I'm saying, it's so much to the story, you know what I'm saying, that honestly we appreciate the opportunity to tell a story and tell it the right way and tell the truth, you know what I'm saying. So in all actuality, man, big ups, man, and props to y'all, man.
Yeah.
Props to y'all, man, because y'all give us the opportunity to, you know, give the background history to things that the world may think they know, you know.